Welcome everyone to event 14 of the LML Tower Descent as we enter the home stretch of the season here. Then we'll go into the first funnel, then the little loop-de-loop, into the peg section, and finally down to the final funnel into the catch basin. It will be scored by points. So now let's see what our test teams can do, the Christmas Crushers and the Wasteland Warriors. Remember, you want all your teammates to be in the front and not the back, because you want to accumulate as many points as you want. First place is 8 points, second 7, third 6, and so on. Here we're going to see the Christmas Crushers get their first one in, then the Wasteland Warriors are going to get 2. Christmas Crushers will then get 2 in, actually 3 in, and then the Wasteland Warriors, then the Christmas Crusher, and then the final Wasteland Warrior. But it looks like it's going to be pretty even. All the first 2 go in are Wasteland Warriors. Then you got 2 consecutive Christmas Crushers, actually 3 consecutive. Then it looks like it's going to be 2 Wasteland Warriors back-to-back and the Christmas Crusher in the end. You really don't want to get a last place because that's really going to hurt you. But those first 2, if you can get those first 2, you're in good hands. The Wasteland Warriors are going to win 20-16 here, so it's going to be a win for the Wasteland Warriors, and they would move on. Here, our first heat, the Fireballs and the Universes, our first place and last place teams. Let's see who can get their first drop in. It looks like it'll be Nova from the Universes, and they'll get another Universe in. 3 Universes before any Fireball comes in. That is really bad for our championship leaders. It's not what you want to see, and those first 3 Universes are cruising ahead, and then it's 4 back-to-back Fireballs. And there's not what you want to see. The first Universe is going to fall, and that's 8 points right there. 7 points for the Universes, then 6 points for the Fireballs, 5 for the Universes, 4, 3, 2, no, not 2. The Universes will get that 2, and the Fireballs will get a dead last. Yikes. That doesn't look like it's going to be good for the Fireballs. Yep, nope, the Universes are going to win 22-14 to move on to the next round. All right, Heat 2, we get the Brunch Bunch and the Benders. Second place and 15th place in the championship, respectively. Let's see who's going to fall in first. It's going to be a Brunch Bunch, then a Bender. Actually, 3 Benders in a row, then a Brunch Bunch, and then looks like it's going to be 3 Brunch Bunch in a row. And, yep, the final one is going to be a Bender to fall through that first funnel. Here in this final funnel, looks like the Benders really got it under control here. Yeah, first one goes in there for the Benders. The second one that basically secures you moving on if you get those first 2 in order succession. Most likely makes you move on to the next round. Yeah, the Brunch Bunch really not going to be able to come back here. It looks like the captain there, Bacon's going to fall in last for them. That's not what you want to see. And this Universe will take his time being last. Let's see what the score is. Oh, actually closer than I expected. 19-17. That's the closest you can get without tying. The Benders will move on. Now, the Teal Seals and the Confettis. Confetti's coming off a dead last. Not what you want to see. Hopefully they can turn it around here. And they're going to get... A Teal Seal's going to fall through first, and then it's going to be all... No, not all 4. Not all 4 Confettis. It's going to be 3 Confettis in a row. Oh, looks like they're going to get stuck up there. Almost getting all stuck up there. And you got 4 Confettis in here with only 2 Teal Seals. I still don't know where those final 2 Teal Seals are. There's one. There's another, but already a Confetti fell. Oh, no. All 4 Confettis are going to fall through before any of the Teal Seals. That's going to be the best score you can possibly get for the Confettis and the worst possible score you can get for the Teal Seals. I think that's going to be a 26-10. Yeah, 26-10. The Confettis are going to move on here. And yes, if you hear me sniffling, I am a little sick here today, folks. Next up, we got the Tall Prairies and the Midnight Riders. Who can come away from this one? The Midnight Riders still don't have a medal, and the Tall Prairies on a comeback here. They came from 9th to 4th. What a move from them. Looks like it's going to be pretty even, a 1-1-1-1 going into this. We got 2 Tall Prairies and 2 Midnight Riders. Who can come away with this one? Tall Prairies are going to get all 4 of them, their members in first before the Midnight Riders. Midnight Riders are going to get their first one in. But it looks like it's going to be 2 Tall Prairies in a row, then a Midnight Rider, and then looks like 2 Tall Prairies again in a row, and then 2 Midnight Riders. I think the Tall Prairies will move on from this. Our first of the top 4 to move on. The rest were all from the bottom 3. Yes, it's going to be a 20-16. Usually you will see a 20-16 win. That is the most common score. Now we got the Tides versus the Candy Rangers. Candy Rangers in 5th place. They were in first at event 8, I believe. They've been on like a fall recently. Not great. The Tides looking like they might have the upper edge, but honestly, it's very close here, though. I don't know. It's like a 1-2-2, 1-1-1. I believe that's what the order is right now. You got the Candy Ranger to fall in first. Looks like, no, the Tide's going to fall in first. And then it's going to be a Tide again. Sorry there, folks. Then it's going to be a Candy Ranger. The Candy Ranger looks like a Tide is going to be last. But honestly, I don't know who's going to come away from this one. It looks like it's going to be maybe a 19-17. No, a 20-16 baseline. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer than that, but the Tides are definitely going to come away with that one, 2016. Now we got two semi-clear ones, Feline Frenzy versus Team Starry. This should be a good matchup. Team Starry, very good in, kind of good in team events. Feline Frenzy, this is more of their weak area, but hey, anything can happen here. Feline Frenzy, you're going to get two. As I say that, they're going to get the first, they're going to get 3 out of the first 4 to fall in. As I say that. See, anything is possible. And Panther's going to go in first for Feline Frenzy. Then it's going to be a Team Starry. Then it's going to be Lion, Tiger, and then looks like maybe Cat's going to fall in next. No, then it's going to be another Team Starry. Another Team Starry. Cat falling behind. Cat will get 2 points for Feline Frenzy. That might make it a little closer, but this looks like it's going to be a dominant win for Feline Frenzy. Yes, it's going to be a 21-15. Very good win there for Feline Frenzy. All right, up next, the Silver Speed Trains and the Crustaceans, the hosts. They need something good because they're in that mid-pack where it's close to the top of the standings, but you need a medal to be up there because now we're in the home stretch of the season. You kind of need to get a medal to be up there. And it looks like the Crustaceans are going to get 4 when there's only 1 Silver Speed Train in here. This looks like it might be a dominant victory by the Crustaceans, but again, anything is possible. Looks like a Silver Speed Train is going to fall in first, then it's going to be 3 Crustaceans in a row, then a Silver Speed Train, and it looks like Blue Crawfish will fall in. Yes, he will, and then there'll be 2 consecutive Silver Speed Trains to fall in last. Not what you want. You want the bigger points here, and the Silver Speed Train's really not going to fulfill that. Yeah, a 21-15 win for the Crustaceans. Crustaceans will easily move on to the next round, the host. Now, our 8th versus 9th place position, the Melonheads versus the Silver Bengals. Both of these teams very close in points and would love a good finish to bring them a little head. This is really going to decide a really big marker point between the top half and the bottom half. So this is a very important match here before the final 2 events of the season. Looks like a Silver Bengal is going to fall in first very quick before everyone else, but then it looks like it's going to be 2 Melonheads back-to-back, maybe 3, depends on how this will go. No, a Silver Bengal will fall in first, then it'll be a Melonhead. And then, looks like a Silver Bengal, maybe a Melonhead. No, a Silver Bengal, then a Melonhead, and finally a Silver Bengal. That might do it for the Melonheads with that final push by the Silver Bengals. Yeah, it'll be a 19-7, a closer match, but the Melonheads will move on. Now, here are 9th through 16th, the Silver Bengals, Brunch Bunch, Midnight Riders, Candy Rangers, Silver Speed Trains, Team Sorry, the Fireballs, and the Teal Seals dead last. Silver Bengals will get the best of the rest. Now, on to the quarterfinals. We got the Universes and the Benders. These are, I believe, our bottom 2 in the standings. Yes, our bottom 2 in the standings. One of them needs a medal. That's all I'm saying. Because they're very close to being eliminated from winning the championship. So they really need one of these teams to get a medal if they want to stay in contention to win the championship. And it looks like the Benders really got it going here with the first 2 in the order. And usually that always seals it to move on to the next round. Yeah, they're going to get those first 2. And that looks like the Universes might be out of here. After getting a silver medal and then a 5th place, doesn't look like the Universes are going to get another medal here. It's going to come very close between these last 2. The Benders will get the last place marble again, but that didn't mean anything last time. Yep, a 19-17, the Benders will move on. Universes made it a lot more closer there at the end than it needed to. Now, the Tall Prairies and the Confettis. Tall Prairies are the only top 4 team to have moved on. This is huge. This could get them a big jump. But, ooh, top 3 are all Confettis. Then it's 4 Tall Prairies in a row, and the Confettis have their last marble in the back of the pack. But these top 3 are all Confettis. That's really just going to set it aside. If you get these first 2, you're usually moving on. Yeah, first 2 are Confettis. That basically signals the Confettis are going to move on. But, yeah, no, it's most likely. These bottom 3, 2 of them are Tall Prairies. Yeah, I don't think so. Here, surprise, a very good individual marble, but looks like he's struggling here in the team event. And yes, a 20-16 win for the Confettis. They're moving on to the semifinals. Tall Prairie's knocked out. Here, our next quarterfinal, the Tides and Feline Frenzy. These are two of the better teams, I'd say, here in these quarterfinals. But let's see who can move on. Again, like I said, Feline Frenzy, not the best in team events, but they proved me wrong in the first round against Team Starry. But here it looks like the Tides may have it. No, it's just a 2-2. They're a 3-2. Was I seeing things wrong? Yeah, it was. It was a 3-2, sorry, for Feline Frenzy. But, the Tides, if they get the first... Oh, they got the first two in the... Yeah, the Tides got the first two in. I think that basically seals it. I think we know who's moving on here. Oh, yeah, the bottom two are Feline Frenzy. Yeah, it's done. The Tides are definitely going to move on from this. Now just need to know the score. It's going to be a 22-14 big win for the Tides. They're moving on to the semifinals. Almost basically guaranteed a medal. Here, the Melonheads and the Crustaceans. Two very good teams overall, as these are one of the best teams in LML, head-to-head, and the host Crustaceans. They really need a better chance. They need a medal here because they have 3 bronze. Honestly, I don't really know if that's enough to propel you into a top 3 finish. They really need a gold or a silver here. So moving on would really help that. And they're going to get that first one in, but then it's going to be a Melonhead, making this a very close match. But then 2 Crustaceans are going to fall in. No, never mind. The Melonhead makes a very good move. And they're going to get ahead of that Crustacean. And another good move by the Melonheads. And then a good move there by the Crustaceans to get that 2 points instead of 1. I don't know. This might be close. No, surprisingly, it's a 20-16 and not a 19-17. But the Crustaceans, the hosts, will be moving on. Now, the 5th through 8th, the Universes will again get a 5th place finish. The Melonheads, the Tall Prairies, and then Feline Frenzy getting 8 points. Now, the semifinals, the Benders and the Confettis. It looks like one Confetti got stuck up there. That's going to be either counted as a 1 for dead last or a 0 because it's DNF. The committee will inform me later on in this race to see. So the Confetti's really going to have to step it up if they want to move on to the finals because they're missing a member here and a guaranteed dead last for that marble. I don't know, this is going to be close. The Benders might have an advantage because of that. But the Confettis, those are going to be the first 2 that fall in is going to be Confettis. And then it's going to be a Bender, then another Bender, and then a Confetti. And then these last 2, well, not last 2, but in the ones that finish, the last 2, the Benders, are going to go those last 2. I don't know. The committee telling me it's going to count as a 0 because it's a DNF. That's really going to hurt them. But they still win. It would have been a 19. It would have been a 20-16. But they still somehow managed to move on even without a marble. Holy. Here, the second semifinals, the Tides versus the Crustaceans. The hosts would really love to move on to the finals for a guaranteed medal. But they're up against a tough opponent with the Tides. Let's see here. Alright. Looks like a Tide fell in first, and then the second was a Crustacean. But that really doesn't matter. Once you get all mixed up with the other marbles, it's a free-for-all. Who's going to fall in first? It's going to be a Tide. It's going to be a second Tide. The top 3 are going to be Tides. That's pretty bad. Yeah. Yikes. At least they'll get all 4 of their members in a row. But I don't think they're gonna move on to the finals. The Crustaceans, not a great showing here. Yeah, 22-14. Not what you wanted to see in a semifinal. But the Tides will be moving on to the finals. Now, the bronze medal match. It's the Crustaceans versus the Benders. The Benders have yet to have a medal this season. This could be their first medal. Or will the Crustaceans be getting their 4th bronze medal? That's crazy to think about it. 4 bronze medals in 1 season. That'd be crazy. But they'd have to earn it here. Now, let's see. Benders look like they have a bit of an edge on that Crustacean marble. But I could be wrong. But that Crustacean's going to fight. Looks like the Crustaceans will fall in first. But then it looks like it's going to be 2 Benders back to back. And then it could be 2 Crustaceans. Oh, that Bender made a good move. And it's going to be 3 Benders in a row. I think that seals it. The Benders are most likely going to win this bronze medal. And it's going to be their first medal of the season. Most likely, it's going to be the Benders getting the bronze. This Bender's taking his sweet time to come in. I think that's Waterbender, the 3rd string marble. Can't tell, though, that much. It's going to be a 19-17 win. Yes, the Benders will be getting their first medal of the season, and it's a bronze. Here's the finals, the Confettis and the Tides. Confettis not losing a marble now. They're going to have all 4 of them. Let's see who can win gold. Confettis already have a gold to their name. Can they make it a 2nd gold? Or will the Tides be getting their 3rd gold? Yeah, I think they have 2 golds, yeah. Alright, let's see here. Oh, the Tides got the back 2. That's not good. Looks like the Confettis might get it. The Tides will get their first one in. That's 8 points. That's very heavy. But then a 7 and a 6 point from the Confettis. And a 5 point. Are they going to make it 4 in a row? No. The Tides are going to make 2 good moves to make the first 2. But then I think that's it. 7 plus 6 plus 5. That's a very good scoreline. That might not be. I don't think they're going to beat that. It's going to be a 20-16 win. The Confettis will be winning gold for Team Tower. The Tides will get a silver, and the Benders will get the bronze. The Crustaceans, our hosts, will just be off from getting a medal. And the Teal Seals, again, they're at the bottom. Here's the podium, folks. Alright, here are our standings after Event 14. The Universes and the Midnight Riders are knocked out from winning the championship and podiuming. The Benders are knocked out from winning the championship, but can still get top 3. Brunch Bunch, take the lead. 1 point over the Fireballs. I'll see you for Event 15, the penultimate event. Sprint. I'm Mashed. See you later, folks.